grocery prices on the rise, many of us, including myself, are feeling the impact on our budgets. Sometimes it's really increasingly challenging to make ends meet when we go to the grocery stores. But don't worry. Today I'll be sharing 10 essential tips and tricks to help you shop smarter without breaking the bank. Hey budgeting friends, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, I'm Rose and I'm on a journey to become debt free. And I'm working very hard. I'm putting my best foot forward on this journey because I need to break free from my creditors. I need to achieve financial freedom, not just for myself, but for my kids. So let's dive right in and discover how we can make the most of our grocery budget. So tip number one, as you know, we are budgeting. So determine the amount that you need to set aside for your groceries and be realistic with it because we know the prices. All right. So before you step foot in the grocery store, make sure that you have your budgeted amount of money. Take a close look at your monthly expenses and identify how much you can realistically allocate for groceries. A good starting point is to track your spending over the last few weeks or the last few months. How much you spent on groceries. This awareness will help you to set a clear and more achievable grocery budget. Now, once you have established your budget, please commit to it. Stay within the budget when you go grocery shopping. And I am so guilty of this because I'm often over the amount that I schedule for budgeting for groceries. So we need to be able to be disciplined. We need to develop that discipline to commit to the budget we set for groceries. So a few ways that we can do this is to pull the money that we set aside for groceries. We're going to withdraw that specific amount of money, and that's what we're going to be taking with us to the grocery stores. All right. What I did is to unlink my card from my Apple Wallet. And when I'm going to the grocery store, the only money on the card that I'm using is the amount of money that I set aside for groceries. So that way I will not overspend. I'm not taking an extra card, and I've already unlinked all my debit cards from my Apple Wallet. So I don't have access to any other money than the amount that I set aside for grocery. Remember now, knowing your limit and staying within your limit is definitely going to make a huge difference in our grocery budget. Number two is to plan your meals and your shopping list. So one of the easiest ways to lose track of your spending when you're grocery shopping is to go without a plan. If you step in the grocery store without a plan of what you want, you're just going to be picking up things because you will not remember exactly what you are in need of. So you'll just be picking up things. And by the end, you're way over your budget if you're not careful. All right. So shopping without a plan will result in unnecessary purchases. So to keep track of your spending, take the time to prepare a shopping list in advance and stick to that shopping list while you're shopping. What I do is to use my note in my phone to make my shopping list. So as I go, as I pick up what's on the list, then I just use the check mark to check it off. And I try to stick to that list that I made. A great way to structure your shopping list is by planning your meals for the week. So once you know exactly what your weekly meal will be, what you'll be cooking, check your pantry for the ingredients that you already have and note any items that you are missing. So those are the items that you're going to be putting on your list. This is going to help you to be more organized, and it's also going to help you to stay within your budget and make your trip to the grocery store more efficient. So planning meals in advance helps you to know exactly what you need to buy, and it also prevents impulse shopping. So once you have planned your meals and you have made the detailed shopping list, stick to it. We need to have some stick-to-itiveness so that we can be triumphant and not allow these grocery budget to dictate to us because we are managing the money. We are in the process of managing these money. We don't want to be managed by the money. So try to be focused, try to stick to the plan that you have. And these will help you to avoid buying items that are not on your list. All right. So now that we have our grocery budget, we have our meal plan, and we have our shopping list. Let's go to Costco, and we probably want to stop at Aldi's too. So come on, let's roll. All right, so tip number 3 is to use your coupons strategically. Now, did you know that coupons can sometimes be a trap to us? These coupons can set us up sometimes to fail at our budget. So we have to be mindful. So while these coupons offer great savings, they can also lead to impulse purchases. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a discount. But at the end of the day, if you don't need that item that the discount is on, if it's not on your list, you're buying a product that you don't need right now. So if you clip a coupon from a local paper or from the advertisement that the supermarket sometimes mail to you, take a moment to assess each one of them. Whatever you're clipping, make sure that that product is on your shopping list. All right? So you'll often find coupons for items that you don't typically use, or maybe something that you really don't want, but you have that coupon, and in your mind, I'm going to get this item because it's on sale. But also be mindful that you are purchasing an item that you don't need right now, or an item that can wait. So the quest to save money can trick us, because that's what the coupon is telling us. Oh, it's a saving. So it can trick us sometimes into making purchases that ultimately cost more in the long run. And that is why it's crucial to use your coupons strategically. So before you grab that coupon, ask yourself, do I genuinely need this item? Am I missing this item? Will I be using this item in the week coming, or in the week that I'm planning for? And if your answer to that question or those questions is a no, I think it's best for you to pass on that coupon. So by being mindful and selective, you can maximize your savings without falling for the trap of unnecessary spending that sometimes comes with couponing. Tip number 4 is to buy in bulk. So buying in bulk can be a smart strategy for saving money, especially on non-perishable items, because generally products that are packaged in bulk are priced lower per unit compared to their smaller or single counterparts. However, it's important that you do the math before you buy. Not all bulk items are necessarily cheaper, so compare your prices carefully. The other day I went to Costco and I was looking at water, small bottles of water. I would get 80 bottles of water for $8.99. But I would get 40 bottles of full 16.9 fluid ounce water for $3.99. Now, if I buy 2 cases of water, that's $8, and I'm getting 80 bottles of water. So you have to do some comparison when you're doing your shopping. Is it that you're going to take 80 bottles of 16.9 ounce water, or you're going to take 80 bottles of half size, which is the same price? So I prefer to take 80 bottles of the 16.9 ounce fluid water for the same price as the smaller bottles. So when you buy in bulk, or when you compare prices, when you look at the quantity of the thing that you're getting in comparison to smaller counterparts or single items, it sometimes works out better for you. So buying bulk, sometimes it works best when you're buying things like rice or pasta or snacks. So just make sure that you have enough space to store these items, and also make sure that whatever you're buying in bulk, you are checking the expiration date, and that you'll also be consuming these items before they expire, because you don't want to buy these stuff and then they're expiring on you. So be strategic when you're purchasing in bulk. You can stock up on your essentials and save money which in turn will give your budget, your grocery budget, a nice little boost. All right. So let us move on to tip number 5, which is choose store brand. So I spoke about store brand in another video a couple days ago. When you're shopping, don't overlook store brands, because store brands is a great way to save a couple dollars. I used to buy a specific brand of toilet paper and paper towel. But since I started shopping at Costco, when I get exposed to the Kirkland brand of toilet paper and paper towel, which is cheaper than the brand that I used to buy, Kirkland has now become my favorite brand. It is my go-to brand. Their paper towel is way thicker and bigger than the one that I normally buy. All right. So many store brand products are made with the same ingredients, the same material as their brand name counterparts. And as I said before, they are often priced significantly lower. So look at items like your canned goods, your pasta, your grains, or even snacks, because Great Value snacks are way better than the name brand snacks to me. So these are often available under the store labels, and you might be very, very surprised at how good they really taste. And based on my research, store brands frequently, they undergo the same rigorous testing to meet the quality standard. So you can feel safe and confident that you're purchasing quality product, just like the brand name counterparts. All right. So next time that you go to the grocery store, give the store brand a try, make your comparison, and then set your budget from there. Hopefully you'll be saving a couple dollars, because I am saving a couple dollars doing this. All right, so tip number 6 is to strategically purchase perishable items. So another easy way for you to lose money at the grocery store is overbuying perishable items that end up going to waste. And I am so guilty of this. It was just this week that I brought some papayas and some yellow watermelon. And I know that when I'm cleaning the refrigerator this weekend, there's more stuff in there that I'm going to throw out. So stuff like fresh produce, your fruits, vegetables, dairy product like milk and cheese that can easily go bad. Just be strategic in the way that you're purchasing these items. If you're not going to use it within a couple days, I wouldn't buy it. I would prefer to go for the frozen items. So to maximize your purchase, be strategic about buying perishable items. Only purchase what you know you'll use within their shelf life. And like I said earlier in the video, look at what you already have at home to avoid duplicates. And another tip is, if you find that you purchase more than you can consume, consider freezing some of the items. You can freeze your fruits and vegetables to make your smoothies or soup or stews, and you'll be reducing your waste and saving the money, other than to throw it in the trash. So just be mindful of your purchases and use the freezing technique, because you can still enjoy the fresh ingredients without the fear of them really going bad on you. All right, so moving on to number 7, which is to buy frozen veggies. I normally don't like frozen veggies. I prefer to get the fresh veggies, but they're always going bad in the fridge. My cauliflower, they start to get some black mold on it, and once it starts to get black, I'm throwing it out. So that's money gone, and that's just within a few days. And the thing is, every day that I cook, I have to make veggies, because my husband is diabetic, my son is diabetic. So we're trying to be on the balanced side, because we're using the diabetic my plate method of eating, which is a half of your plate being veggies, a quarter being your protein, and the next quarter being your carbs. So because they're diabetic, we are cutting the carbs and eating more veggies and protein. So I have to have veggies. The last time that I went to the Costco, I tried big bags of frozen veggies. And I think I'm going to continue on with the frozen veggies to tell you how much. I don't really miss the fresh veggies that much, even though I'm not 100% loving one of the frozen veggies. But it served me for the entire period that I needed veggies for before going back to the grocery store. All right. So while fresh produce is great, consider the frozen options as well, because they are both convenient and cost effective. And you'll be using a mix to balance your meal while staying within your budget. So even if you're going to be getting your cabbage or your lettuce, and as I speak about lettuce, I do have a bag of lettuce that I'll have to be throwing away. I just remember that. You can still buy your cabbage or your lettuce just to get your fresh green leaf, but then for your broccoli and your mixed veggies to do your stir fry or your steaming, I would consider continue using the frozen veggies. And that is tried and proven for me. So tip number 8 is one that I adopted many years ago. And this is one that I am not going back on. And that is to embrace eating at home. All right, so this is another way that you can save money. So dining out can quickly ruin your budget. It can quickly make you go broke. Granted, I know that sometimes we are tired because we are working, we have the kids. But if you cook and you meal prep and you plan, then you can continue to eat whatever you cook. Take a little for your lunch if you're going to work. When you cook, if you cook enough on Sundays, because I'm so used to cooking on Sundays, and as we say in Jamaica, Sunday, Monday. So whatever we cook on Sundays, it lasts over into Monday. So you don't have to cook Monday. All right? So just start out by designing a few nights a week as your your home cooked nights, if you're so used to eating out. And to make it more fun and engaging and interacting, just invite the families. The kids will probably love it too. The kids will probably love to participate. So not only will you be saving money at this point, but it's a fun way to bond and to teach the kids some valuable lessons too. I love to cook with my son, and he loves to cook. Plus, like I said earlier, leftovers are lifesavers, and they're good on the pocket because it's your food. So package it and take it with you for lunch. Right there, you're saving yourself that extra $10 or $12 to buy lunch, a lunch that you probably won't even like it once you get it. All right. So moving on to tip number 10, which is to keep your list, your grocery list up to date. So keeping your grocery list up to date is very important for you to stay organized, stay within your budget, and just continue to save whatever little you can from your grocery shopping. So make sure that you're writing down the items that you need weekly. Whatever you need, whatever you see that you're running out of that you'll probably need for your next grocery shopping, you write that down. So you're keeping a running tab of what is missing in the house. So it's going to make it easier when it's time for you to go shopping because you have that list. So once you have that list, just scan through your pantry quickly, scan through your cupboard quickly, scan through your refrigerator quickly, and then you'll see whatever else that you're missing or whatever else that you think you need to complete your meal prep for the week coming up. All right? So having a well-maintained grocery list not only streamlines your shopping experience, but it also helps you to stick to your budget, which is what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to reach at a point where we can say that we're going to the grocery store for just bread, and that's the only thing that we go there for. All right. So we're trying to reduce waste, and we're trying to cut back on over shopping. And number 10 is do not go to the grocery store if you're hungry. Don't do it. So one of the simplest ways to avoid overspending at the grocery store is to never shop on an empty stomach. Because when you're hungry, you tend to buy things that you're craving, and these are normally impulse buying. And before you know it, your cart is overflowing with snacks because you want to eat this while you're driving home or something because you need to fill that hunger. So instead, just aim to shop when you're full. And this will help you to stay focused on your shopping list. This will help you to definitely stay within your budget. I remember the other day, my husband and I, we went to the grocery store and we picked up some chicken, some rotisserie chicken. But at the same time, we bought chicken for the house because chicken was on our grocery list. And on our way back, I was saying to my husband, why did we even buy this rotisserie chicken? Because number one, when I buy rotisserie chicken, I'm still putting it in the oven because I don't think it's cooked properly. But we buy it because we were thinking, okay, we're hungry, so we need something to eat now. Or we need something to eat the minute we walk through the door. So that right there was some impulse purchase. And those are the little habits that we're trying to avoid. We're trying to get rid of those habits so that we can stay within our grocery budget. Because when we do overspend from our grocery budget or any line item on our budget, we are taking that money from another line item or from any extra leftovers that we could be using towards something else. All right. And I do have a bonus tip for you. And my bonus tip is leave the kids at home when you're going grocery shopping. And even though my kids are grown, my two girls are 21 and 22, and my son is 13, they tend to pick up stuff when we go grocery shopping. And it's always stuff that they don't need. They've claimed that they want it at the time. Oh, yes, this is just grab and go, grab and go. And they're sitting in the fridge for months on top of months. And I know they're already expired. So that's money down the drain. So if you can, consider leaving the kids at home when you go grocery shopping. Because shopping with children often leads to distraction. It often leads to impulse buying because kids are just great at spotting their favorite snack or their toy. Or if you're shopping at Walmart, they probably see a nice top that they want. So they're always trying to find things that are outside of the budget. So leaving them at home, if you can, that will allow you to be focused on your list. Stick to the budget. Plus, it makes your shopping experience more efficient and a little less stressful. So if you have the option, just leave the kids at home while you do your grocery shopping and enjoy a smoother and more cost-effective shopping. All right. So as we wrap up, remember that grocery shopping, it doesn't have to be stressful and it definitely doesn't have to break the bank. According to a 2022 data from USDA, the average food budget for families can vary significantly based on factors like age, the number of persons in the family, gender, your spending habits, and how often meals are eaten out. So, how do you figure out what is reasonable for your household? And this is definitely going to be by setting a realistic budget and following these tips, implementing smarter shopping, implementing smarter shopping decisions, and just make the most of the money that you set aside for groceries. Budgeting friends, we are at the end of this video, and I truly, truly hope that you found these tips helpful. And if you do, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and to just share your own budgeting tips or your grocery shopping tips in the comments below. All right? So until the next video, happy shopping!